and Joseph bombed, and they had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, somebody had to come to Joseph like, yo, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
You got a baby, but it's righteous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's trying to hide Mary.
Right, he was minded to put her away.
Right.
And you know why he was trying to do that, right? You know that? Everybody know that, right? Why did he want to put her away? Huh? I'll tell you right now. Give me Ecclesiasticus. You know which one I want, right? Ecclesiasticus 42 and 9. Ecclesiasticus 42 and 9. And if a brother could read it, and take the mic. But yo, I got this book right here, man. It's on my quest, man, to prove the 18 nations. I got this. It's called The Archaeology of Elam. Shows how it's gonna go into how Elam became the East Indians, the Persians. And I got some good books, man. Oh man, we about to really turn it up. All right. Let me see real quick. All right, let me see. Let me move this over a little bit. All right. Go ahead. You got it. Whoever got it.
Khan, sir. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 42, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth.
Uh-huh.
And the care for her taketh away sleep.
Right. So that's, a father who got a daughter, not going to go through it, once his little girl gets old of age or whatever. It usually starts around 15. That's when she going to hate everything you say. I don't give a damn about none of the bond that y'all got now. That's the 2D, that little two-day tire. None of that when she turned 15. I'm trying to tell you. Like I had to grip my daughter up one time, man, when they start to get like 15, 16, they start to think like they run, they own woman, or and you're going to have to like put them in a place. But I remember that, man. Like it usually starts around like 15, 16 years old. Go ahead.
Khan. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated.
Go ahead. Say. Read that one more time. No, you see that? You see that?
You got it, sir. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 42, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth.
Uh-huh.
And the care for her taketh away sleep.
Uh-huh. This is why he was minded to put her away. This is why we're going into why Joseph was minded to put her away privately. Go ahead.
When she is young. Khan, sir. Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 42, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth.
Mm-hmm.
And the care for her taketh away sleep.
Mm-hmm.
When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled, and gotten with child in her father's house.
That's why he wanted to put her away. That's why he was minded to put her away, because she would have been gotten with child in her father's house. When you got with a woman in Israel, she ain't supposed to be pregnant while she's still in the house with her dad. She's supposed to be out already espoused and given off to you, and then she has a baby in your tent. She ain't supposed to have a baby in his tent. Like, what the, read it one more from 10, please.
Khan, sir. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 42, verse 10. In her virginity, lest she should be defiled, and gotten with child in her father's house.
See that? That's even like that today. You know what I mean?
God.
It's not as much shame, but it is a little shame. You know what I'm saying? It was more shame like in the 50s and 60s and all of that. Like if you was pregnant, like even my grandfather, when my dad got my mom pregnant with me and my brother, my dad said that my grandfather pulled a shotgun on him and said, "You gonna marry my daughter." You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gonna get married. And that was like the father's stance a lot in the 60s and the 70s. Like, you're gonna marry my daughter, you're gonna make an honest woman out of my daughter. Like, you ain't gonna just be having no kids and just be rolling out like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was frowned upon amongst the Black community for you to just be having sex and get a woman pregnant and then don't marry her. You know what I mean? That was just frowned upon. It's now, even today, like now it's a little bit different. The rules is like totally relaxed. It's just nobody gives a damn about nothing. But before, like in the 60s and the 70s, and well, I would say the 50s, 60s, and 70s, it was more so, you know, you got a woman pregnant, you was gonna marry her. They say you do the right thing, you're gonna marry her. Even if it was like even the Italians would live like that. You know what I mean? They were like, oh, you gonna marry her. You know what I mean? You can go, what? Well, you'll be just having a baby with a sister and she, a woman, and she's still in her, you know what I mean, her dad crib and all that. Nah, you gonna marry her, you gonna take her and she gonna be in your crib and you gonna wake up in the middle of the night, you gonna deal with this kid. You gonna deal with her when she got a bad day at work. You gonna have to listen to it. Right. I'm not listening to it no more. And that's how you gonna have to do it. You wanted to have sex with her, so that's what comes along with it. All right. So I hope that helped out the brother. All right. So, did anybody have any questions or anything like that? Off topic. I just kind of wanted to see with brothers was kind of like, this is a scripture breakdown class. So I wanted to kind of like pinpoint, like kind of zero in on to like what maybe brothers might be struggling with. You know, if you got a good understanding of some stuff, and you might not have a good understanding of other things, then maybe, you know, this will be a good time to bring it out. I mean, if you're studying, then you should have questions. But if you're not studying as much, you probably won't have any questions because you probably, you know, if you're not studying anything, you probably don't have no questions. All right, so we was going into the sister was talking about before the class started. The sister was we was going into Esau, all right, because we know that what do we teach, right? We teach that Esau is white, right? So if I was to ask you, Yashamai, okay, I'm just gonna pick on you. What the hell? So if I was to ask you, Esau is a white man, right? Okay, prove it. I'm a Christian, and I'm at camp right now, and I'm speaking, and nobody's jumping in right now, and it's just you. Okay, so but if you don't know, then that's totally fine too. I'm just putting the pressure on you so that you can, you know what I'm saying. It might be, and I tell you, sometimes pressure is good. You know, sometimes pressure is good. Sometimes I tell you what. Matazi, I'll tell you, man. You know, we've been on Clubhouse. If you haven't been on Clubhouse yet, then you'll see the pressure. You know what I mean? Sometimes somebody will put you under pressure, and it's a good thing, because then if it's something that you don't know, you'll do everything you can to find out. All right, so we got the sisters. Sister kind of wanted to zero in on marriage. And niggas getting these women. Nah, I'm just messing with you, said. All right, no sweat. You got it, warrior.
Yeah, I was thinking that Jesus was black.
Right, he is.
I heard in the Bible, hair of wool, skin of bronze.
Yeah, you're right.
I've seen a white person with hair of wool or skin of bronze.
Yeah, you're right. And then also, hold on, let me see. Here we go. Here we go right here. Just wanted everybody to see this one right here. This is the Holman Bible Dictionary, Illustrated Bible Dictionary. I know we got the Zondervan, right? But this one got, let me show y'all the jewel they got in here. Let me see. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm 12. Yep. All right, here we go. Black. Let's look up black. Okay, here we go. Robert Carter, can you read this, please? Robert Kashaw. All right, it's I don't have my highlighter on me, so it's It's black. That's the thing in there that y'all, brothers, I'm just turning y'all on to something right there. So you can read black. You see it?
Kind of Makan.
All right, no sweat.
This is page 224 of the Holman Illustrated Bible Dictionary.
So y'all can grab that.
Black. Used often to denote the color of physical objects.
Mm-hmm.
Hair, skin.
Say that one more time.
Skin.
Say that. You see that? Skin. Uh-huh.
Kind of Makan. The sky as a sign of rain.
Mm-hmm.
And animals.
Mm-hmm.
Black is also used figuratively to describe mourning.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that will be us, right? Keep going.
Kind of a visionless day.
Mm-hmm.
The abode of the dead, and the treachery of Job's friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Hold on, let me see. Did it say? Did it break down the scriptures that it's on?
Kind of Wakan. Okay, so it says often used to denote the color of a physical object, which is hair. Leviticus 13 and 31 and 37. Songs of Solomon, which is
1 and 5, right?
5 and 11.
5 and 11.
Skin, which is Job 30 and 30.
See that? Remember when people were saying that? People was like, "Oh, that's not talking about skin.
Right.
That's not talking about when he said my skin is black upon me."
Right.
It said it right there. Go ahead.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5 and 6.
See that? Verse 5, 1 and 5. Because with these Christian apologetics, what they'll say is that Song of Solomon 1 and 5 is not talking about his skin.
Right.
When he says I'm black but comely, they try to say, well, that's just talking about like his condition, or that's not exactly talking about his skin color. Right. But the cut is right there. It got it in the Bible dictionary. It said, and it got the scripture. Keep going.
Lamentations 4 and 8.
Yeah, my visage is black upon me.
The sky as a sign of rain is 1 Kings 18 and 45. And animals is Genesis 30, 32 and through 43. Zechariah 6, 2 and 6. And Revelation 6 and 5. Black is also used figuratively to describe mourning. Job 30 and 28, and Jeremiah 4 and 28, and chapter 8 verse 21, and chapter 14 verse 2.
14 and 2, Jeremiah, right?
Yep,
14 and 2. Remember they said that too. Remember they said, okay, that's condition.
Right.
It's interchangeable because it could be a condition or the actual color of the Jews.
Right.
Go ahead.
A visionless day is I believe that would be Micah 3 and 6. And the abode of the dead, Job 3 and 5, and Jude 13. And the treachery of Job's friends, Job 6 and 16.
Yeah, so there you go. You see the cut? Yep. For somebody who tried to say that those scriptures ain't about being black, like the actual skin color. Right. It actually shows it right there. So if somebody ever comes up to you and be like, man, that's not what that's talking about, then you can cut them right there. All right. So all right. So you got it.
Okay. Salakia, sir. To prove that Esau is white in the scriptures, you would go to Genesis chapter 25, verse 21 through 30.
And what does it say?
Okay. 1 second. Okay, in the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac inherited the Lord from his wife.
Skip me down to 25 and 25. I know that's where you're going.
25 and 25, sir?
Genesis 25 and 25.
Come. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. And they called him Esau.
Right. So that proves that he's white? It said that he came out red.
Okay. Verse 27. And the boy grew, and Esau was cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man who dwelleth in the tent. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison.
You know, that's deer. All right, so what we showing is, okay, so how did he become white? Can we prove it in the scriptures? I know Mataziala know, he probably know. I know he might know. That's why I'm not going over here. But I wanted to ask the other brothers, man, that might not know. All right, how can we prove in the scriptures that he's white? How he turned white? No. Go ahead, sis. 1 second, brother. I got you right now.
Isn't Esau connected to Cain?
Yeah.
Okay, and Cain was turned red. Way back then. And like, okay, stop sign. So not to kill Cain. Or you'll be like, I forgot how it said, but Esau is the regeneration of Cain.
Right, but remember, okay, you have to prove it. You get my point? Like, okay, like, I'm not picking on none of y'all, right? What I'm just saying is, like, I had to ask myself this too, because I was like, this is why I got this, the archaeology of Elam, because I know we don't we teach that? We teach that the Elamites are who? The East Indians, right? So how am I going to prove it that they're the East Indians? I have to go into the scriptures to teach it. I got to go into the scriptures. I got to go into the archaeology. I got to go into the pottery. I got to go into the actual study to show the Elamites, because we just say it because you heard it, right? Somebody taught you in the school that, right? So how can you prove that Moab is the Chinese?
If I made through history?
No. Because yeah, you can through history. You can. I'm not even tripping. That's actually a good answer.
Select through biblical history, if I may.
Right, but I'm saying it's gonna. Okay, you're gonna need two things. You're gonna need the scriptures, and you're gonna need the actual. You know what I'm saying, behind it, because okay. What I'm trying to do is help brothers to, and what I want brothers to do is like get succinct with everything that you've been taught, so that you know it. So it's not like it's something that's just in the back of your head where, they be like, oh yeah, well, the Ammonites said the Japanese. How do you know? Prove it. I'm not in the scriptures. I mean, I don't believe in the Bible. You get my point? I'm coming at you like I don't believe in the Bible. So if you tell somebody, yeah, the Ammonites or the Japanese, how are you going to be able to prove it to me that they are? If you can't, then you're going to look like, especially if you got a crowd of people, you're going to look like you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Go ahead.
Well, as far as Moab, Jeremiah 48:11.
What did it say?
Says, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48, verse 11.
Moab have been at ease from his youth, and he have settled on his lease, and have not been empty from vessel to vessel, neither have he gone into captivity. Therefore, his taste remain in him.
All right, well, break it down.
Well, okay. Well, basically, like, he hasn't been in captivity. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese haven't, the Chinese is Moab. It says he has been at ease from his youth. So even from way back then, biblical times, they've been at ease.
But there's a lot of other nations that's been at ease. Like how are you gonna say that that's the ching chong and to get the shrimp fried rice?
Okay, if I keep reading, says, and he have not been empty from vessel to vessel. So he hasn't went from captivity to captivity to captivity. So that can't be us. That can't be a lot of other nations. That's, specifically talking about Chinese or Moab.
Right. So so other nations, they haven't went from captivity to captivity. Like think about it. Like, okay, so Moab never been in captivity.
I'm not sure.
You get my point?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. And look, and this is what we're gonna do, man. Look, we're gonna work it out. Go ahead. Moab is the biblical Chinese people. You got 18 nations in the Bible, and out of the 18 nations, so like when you look in the Bible, you might see Moabite, or you might see Ammonite, or you might see Elamite. You know what I'm saying? And you might even you see the nation of Israel. And so what we do is we're able to go through and break down who is who in the Bible from their biblical names to the names that they're called today. Yeah. Yeah. So the Moabites are. So what we'll do is I will do a class on it. All right. Yeah, we'll do a class. I don't have enough time because it's like already after 8 for us to go into it. But that's that. And I'm saying this. You know what I'm saying, so that you can like these questions that I'm asking you. This will make you go home and be like, what the hell was Cesar talking today about Moab? You know what I'm saying? Let me start to really look into it and really go. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all. So let's go into how Esau became white. So just pull out your precept books, man. So I'm gonna just give y'all these precepts so that we can see exactly how he became white. All right. Let me get 1 Samuel 15:8. If you could rock with me, Mataziala, if you don't mind, or the brother Zara Bakar. Or you ready? You got your notes ready?
You said this is
1 Samuel 15 and 8. You ready, sis? I know you ready. She ready. She got it. We about to find out. I'm about to show y'all. This gonna be like straight. How many scriptures is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 scriptures. This will show you how he became white in the Bible, biblically. All right, you got it.
It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites.
Right. So you got Agag, right? We know who Agag is. Who is Amalek? Anybody know who Amalek is? Go ahead. Right, but who is he biblically in lineage? No. The Amalekite. Go ahead.
Esau's grandson, I believe.
Right, Esau. Right, Esau's great grandson. Right. So you got, remember, the Amalekites is what came out of him. Right. But there was a man named Amalek. Right, we're gonna pull that. But at this time, Agag was the king of the Amalekites. Right, he was an Edomite. Go ahead.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive,
mm-hmm.
and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
Right. So y'all know what this is, right? What is this talking about right here? Y'all, if y'all want to say something, y'all can just go ahead and say it. It's too wild. Go ahead and say it. Huh?
Genocide?
No. Okay. Yeah. If you know, I'm gonna give you on it. You like right there. You know what I'm saying? You absolutely right. It is a genocide. But what's going on here is when we left out of Egypt, right? Amalek was killing us when we were the ones who was trailing behind. You know what I'm saying? When we was leaving out of Egypt, right? They was killing us, right? So at the time when we was leaving out of Egypt, we were just trying to leave out of Egypt. But when we had to pass through the land where Edom was, where Amalek was, the Amalekites was killing the old people who were straggling behind. Just imagine if you got how many people left out of Egypt? It was like
it was
600,000, right?
So like I said, it was 600,000 men, but it was a
multitude,
right? Mixed multitude
of people. So you figure, let's just say like almost 1 million people walking in one direction, right? So you got almost 1 million people walking in one direction, and there's going to be people that's going to be lagging behind. You know what I mean? And those were the old folks, the people that were crippled, and stuff like that. So what was happening was when we was going through Edom, they was killing them. They was killing those people. So so just imagine up at the front. At the front, they can't see because they're like maybe they might be miles and miles and miles and miles ahead of the back. You know what I'm saying? And so this was what Amalek was doing. But as the process of time happened, the Lord repaid Amalek for what they did to us. So he told King Saul to go and slaughter everybody all the Amalekites, go and slaughter every last one of them. What Saul did was, and the Lord said to kill everything, which means the sheep, the goats, the horses, the bulls, everything. I don't want to hear nothing. But what Saul did was he went and he kept the good stuff. He kept the good sheep and the horses and all that. And so the Lord was against Saul because Saul had an order to kill everybody. So why the hell is Agag still alive? Right? And this is the story right here. You should read it, man. The 15th chapter of 1 Samuel. All right, so let's go to remember Agag, right? All right, let's go to Genesis 36 and 10.
Come. This is the book of Genesis.
I'm gonna get it, brother, a little second to get there. Genesis 36 and 10. All right, so we're gonna get the sons of Esau. All right, and pay close attention. All right, you got it.
Come. The book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
These are the names of Esau's sons.
Whose sons?
Esau's sons.
Mm-hmm.
Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau. Ruel, the son of Bashemoth, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman.
Right, Teman. So remember that, Teman.
Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son. And she bare to Eliphaz Amalek.
Who?
Amalek. These were the sons of Ada, Esau's wife.
You see that? So that's Amalek, right? So Agag was the king of the Amalekites, right? So he was an Edomite who was leading the Amalekites, right? All right. So let's go to, anybody got any questions on that? You solid, Zarabakar? Solid? All right, no sweat. Let me get Esther 3 and 1. The book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 1. And I'm gonna have to get there with you, Salaki. This is good for you to have though, because not a lot of times like people are gonna when cats are coming up to you to ask you about Esau, they're gonna ask you how do you say that he's white, right? All right, Esther 3 and 1. Okay.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 1.
Hey, brother, the brother behind you, he got it. If y'all can help the brother out. And then also too, if you got like a you know, I got tabs, so it'd be kind of rough for me too sometimes. But you can always go to the table of contents, and you can go to the table of contents at the beginning if you have an issue too. All right, no sweat. So you got it, Mataziala, whenever you're ready. Wait a minute, where's Itarai? I thought the sister was supposed to get some of this. We going through it. All right, I'm gonna ask her when she get in here too. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Just the book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman.
Who?
Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite.
You see that? The Agagite. Remember Agag. So Agag was an Edomite. So Haman was an Edomite. right? Because Haman is the son of Hamadathia, right? The son of Hamadathia, the Agagite, right? So this is Esau right here, right? Keep going.
And advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Right. So if y'all know anything about, it's coming up actually. The Feast of Purim is coming up March the 5th. We'll be going into this to show you that Haman, he was trying to destroy the Jews, and he actually put a commandment out. Well, not a commandment, but he put a bag on our head. Right. If I could just keep it up to date. Right. He put a bag on our head, and that's what it was. But his plan got foiled at the end by Esther, and he ended up going up on the gallows and getting hung because he tried to destroy the nation of Israel. All right. Okay. So it says, after these things, the king Ahasuerus promote Haman, right, the son of Hamadatha, the Agagite. So Haman was the son of the Agagite. But remember, back in 1 Samuel 15:6, the Agagite was let me see. Agag was the king, right? And he was an Agagite. So this person here is a descendant of Agag, right? Who is a descendant of Amalek. Right. You got it? Y'all with me? All right, what did I just say? All right, what did I just say?
I was confused.
All right, no sweat. We won't move on until you're not confused. Go ahead.
We're talking about white folks.
All right, right. But I wanted him to get it. Okay, so okay, Haman is the son of Agag.
Oh, you want the order,
right?
Okay, come on.
Good.
Hold on, let me get that. So, I don't know how you say them names. After these kings, after
these things,
after this king, Ahasuerus.
Yeah.
So he's the king. I mean, Ahasuerus is the people, and Agag is the king of the
Ahasuerus, he's the king. He's the man that Esther is married to. He's a heathen. Right? He's a heathen. Like, I'll give you an example. Esther, just think Barack Obama and Michelle Obama.
Right.
And this time, Michelle Obama, Queen Esther would be Michelle Obama. She's married to Barack Obama, who's a heathen. You get my point? So just think that, all right? So Ahasuerus, he promoted Haman. Haman was an Edomite who was the son of Hamadatha, the Agagite. Remember, the Agagite, right, is a descendant of Agag. Remember, we was in 1 Samuel 15. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, you could still use that analogy because Joe Biden was under who's quote unquote king, which was Barack Obama in this situation. Just to paint.
Right. The water that for that. You know what? You're absolutely right because he was the vice president. Damn that. Right. Mind blown. That's right. Absolutely right. I'm glad you said that. Damn. So think that. Think Obama. Think Michelle Obama and Joe Biden as the vice president. Right. So now we got Ahasuerus, right? We got Queen Esther, and we got Haman. Haman is Barack is Joe Biden. He's Joe Biden. All right.
And everybody that followed Joe Biden is the how you pronounce his word?
No, that's the person who he's the son of. Haman is the son of an Agagite man. You know what I mean? So it says the son of Hamadatha, the Agagite. Remember, we went back in 1 Samuel 15th chapter. The Agag was the king of the Amalekites. Amalek was the grandson of Esau. So we're following the line all the way down to show you that is Esau. His lineage is right here, right now. Right. The lineage of Esau. We're getting into the so-called white man. All right. Let me get Esther continued in Esther the 16th chapter and the 10th verse in the Apocrypha. You getting there, sis? You follow me? All right, no sweat. Yeah, Esther continued. Testing 1, 2, 3. You got. There we go. All right, Survivor Car. All right, hit him with the hit him with the left, hit him with the right. Yeah. So look, check it out. I'll bring it back just for the brothers and sisters that didn't hear it. Okay, so we looking at J. Edgar Hoover, right? So J. Edgar Hoover, he was an Edomite. So you look at you looking at it like in the time of like the Greeks or the time of the Romans when we looked at what's his name? Alexander the Great. Now we're looking at it like in modern day today. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, J. Edgar Hoover was around in the 60s or whatever. He died like around that time, 70s or something. But look, it's still the same thing. It's still Esau. Even from the time of hold on, let me make sure that I got it up on the screen. Even in the time of the Greeks, you know what I mean, in the time of the Romans, it's still the same. Look, hold on, let me see. J. Edgar Hoover, right? Let me see. I'm gonna see if it's Donald Trump. Let me look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump head statue. Look at that. See that? Oh, look at that. Yo, look at that. It's still the same thing. Look, we just looking at it in modern day because we're actually living in that time. Right. So when you look at like that statue, you're like, damn, that's that, like, you know how you look at like the old ones, you're like, oh, that's ancient. That's an ancient statue of a white person or, from the Roman Empire or the Greek Empire. But then you look at like America, like we living in this one. Right. And these are the people that we're actually literally seeing in real life today. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. It's kind of like surreal a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because we actually in it. Go ahead, you got it.
If I may, like Esau in his pride even carved out a whole mountain called Mount Rushmore with their faces on it. And their statues, basically, big statues carved in the side of a mountain.
Right, carved in the side of a damn mountain. And that's Esau for you, man. Hold on, let me try to see if I can find. Let me see one more. Okay, so this one looks good. Oh, that's a bobblehead. But like that one, like there, you see what I'm saying? Like, just imagine 100 years from now, 200 years from now, when we doing history, we're gonna look back at this and be like, look what was in the past. You know what I'm saying? Look at from the American, you know what I mean? The American rule of Esau. And like, we're going to have those statues to show, our kids and be like, look at that, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at the different generations from the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, and the American Empire. Look at Esau, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to be able to see it. And that's who we see today. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. It's just dope how to see that. All right, no sweat. So I think we pretty much covered it. What you think, Zara Bakar? He like, yeah, I think we good. All right, no sweat. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. If anybody got any more questions, we'll go ahead and answer it. But I see, brothers, we've been at our slaveries all day. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna turn the class over to precinct officer Zara Bakar. And yeah, Salaki about the brothers who couldn't hear when we did, but I brought it back, rewinded it so everybody be able to hear it. All right, no sweat. You got it. Let's put the camera on you.
All right. Shalom, Israel. We are the ISUPK, Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. This is your ISUPK security announcements. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Ma'asharat means tenth in Hebrew. It's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund. It's a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the Feast of Purim. I believe that's March 5th and 6th. And we'll be having that down in Smyrna 202 North DuPont Boulevard in Smyrna, Delaware. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start to wear all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Amaju, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Amaju means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amaju Shabbat, Amaju, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham. Yajamatah was me hands down. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Christ, bless you. Yajamatah means hands, hands down. Sar means to turn, face the sisters. Sisters of Majum. We're going, in Israel, we're going to get a sisters a courtesy salute. In Israel, Majum Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Alatham Ba'ashem Yahushua. And what we just said to the sisters was, Lord, watch over you in the name of Christ. Yajamatah, class dismissed. Good night.